So I don't come from a traditional documentation background. I am a developer. But I also appreciate the importance of documentation, especially as I'm the one who has to understand what's been produced and try to implement it in production. And so I see it from the other side. And I've always been frustrated with documentation as a whole because I have my product, or whatever I'm trying to implement, and I have my documentation, and they are two independent entities. And I would always have to go through the same steps that everyone else takes in order to set it up, working on my local machine, getting it set up in production, and all of these repetitive steps, which are just like why do we need to do that every single time? And that's why I built Katacoda. So Katacoda is a technical learning platform targeted towards software developers. People come to us to learn new technologies, mainly around how to run software in production, like how do you deploy Kubernetes or Docker, or all of the new really exciting technologies, which many people aren't familiar with. And so when people come to the website, we've got a number of different courses, which we've all broken down, and kind of shifted the documentation from just being API-driven, but to be very real-world, scenario-heavy aspects. Now, how do you solve particular problems? Like, how do you deploy a website, or how do you launch these containers, whatever they may be? And so we start with a very quick overview to kind of set the context of what users do, and then we jump people into a live development environment. These are basically virtual machines hosted directly in the browser, all configured based on what the developer needs to use in order to get familiar, in order to start learning and achieve the task we're trying to achieve. And so these are everything set up. It's just a normal terminal which developers would be familiar with, but we've also got step-by-step guides about which developers can follow, and they can start seeing the solution and trying to solve different tasks. And so this has been very successful. We've had some great feedback. Now developers don't need to do anything in order to start learning. They just jump into a browser and they have everything all available very quickly. And so what we're now doing is working with third parties to allow people to create and embed this platform into their own websites. And so now we can start working with companies to start developing more interactive documentation. So this is a very simple editor, embedded, but we've got different layouts. So you can have code snippets of different languages. So for example, this is some really strange F# code, and it doesn't really have much context, but the result does. And that's kind of what the users want to see. They want to see the result of the execution. And in this case, it produced a nice, pretty chart in JavaScript. And we can support different languages, we support Golang, Node, all of the others. And what we're doing now is working with people like Google. Google's got a great project called Kubernetes. It's a new way of deploying software fundamentally. Very popular, it's getting a lot of attention in the community. And so what we've worked with them to do is to build a more interactive way of structuring their tutorials and structuring their documentation. Mainly because in order to get this to work, developers would have to download virtual machines, they'd have to spin up their own instances on a cloud like EC2 or Amazon or some other place. And it would take them a good 30 minutes, 40 minutes just to get to the point where they could actually start reading the documentation. And that's what they wanted, to remove that initial barrier and that initial pain point. And so to make it feel and look consistent, they took advantage of our embedded functionality. And so now on the page, again, you've got that overview to help set the context. But then developers can start walking through, start using it in an interactive way just like before. So now they've got the Minikube, which is the product which we're talking about. They can start launching their own clusters, and they can start doing it in a much more highly engaging, highly interactive way. I've seen this from some of the feedback. So traditionally, from my own personal projects, getting developers to engage, like complete a survey, is very difficult. But because we've got developers following along this kind of structured step-by-step guide, they've actually been much more willing to complete it. So now when they get to the end, we pop them up a nice little survey, ask them what do they want, obviously back to like Google Docs, Google products, everything on brand, and the feedback has been great. Obviously we prefer more purple than green, but that's a good starting point. We're quite happy with green. But the interactive nature is working. And what we're finding is the average developer spends approximately 10 minutes on average time on site. Their engagement is a lot higher than what you'd expect just following normal tutorials. On our Katacoda website, we've got approximately 40 scenarios. Developers spend at peak 1 hour an evening, coming back for 4 evenings in a row to complete all of the And when you kind of see that usage patterns and that behavior, you know that this interactive way at least looks to be working from our point of view. And we spoke a lot about this morning about developers and how do you get developers more collaborating and creating documentation, and that's something which we've been very focused on. I am a developer, and so I wanted to make it very simple for me to work, and very simple to start writing documentation, and work with other people like developer evangelists and content editors. So one way is we built a lovely editor. This is basically taking Markdown and converting it into steps. So you select which environment your course needs, be it Ruby, Java, Python, etc., and have it all configured. Then you can start building it up. So these are the steps, which we will sort down by the side. So it's been converted into a linear form using Markdown. And this is great, but developers still had a problem. They still didn't like this disconnect between the browser experience and actually the tool which they're used to. As was mentioned earlier, developers want to use Agile, they want to use tooling on their local laptop, and they want to use a traditional workflow. And so that's now why we moved everything over to GitHub. GitHub is very popular in terms of source control, and so we now also use that for storing all of the documentation guides. And so we can use it for the issue tracking, we can use it to monitor what changes are being made to the scenarios, and try and keep that everything in sync. So these are all the different commits, and you can monitor and you can see the journey of how the documentation and how the scenarios are evolving a lot more simply and a lot more straightforward. And then fundamentally, again, to make things just more open and easier to grasp, everything's just in Markdown. Because again, this was something which we didn't want people to have to learn new ways of doing things, new tooling, new approaches. And so by keeping it Markdown, you can edit it, get it up straight away. Let's not delete it. You can jump in, edit it, commit the changes, and then it's just straight into the documentation into our example in a nice continuous delivery pipeline fashion. But this also means that developers can use tooling such as Grammarly. I'm sure some of you are familiar with this. This helps me because I am not a documentation expert. Documentation is not potentially my strongest point, although I can write certain articles. But this helps because it goes through everything which we're writing and what any developer on the team are writing and helps correct it. And so you don't have to go through and just change and modify all of the everyday typos, because this is being automated and this is being packed as a web service, which you just type in your random text, and then it will go through and it'll check it and then start suggesting updates about how you can improve the content and have it all updated, and you get a nice little list, a nice little report, which I found beneficial when giving it to people who aren't documentation experts, because it can be a way to lighten load and have them at least have someone else proofreading the work before it gets further down the line where someone else needs to edit it. A different way to lighten the workload. So I think that's a great tool. There's a free version available. I pay for the advanced, which is got some like nice funky features, but fundamentally it's a cool product. So that's Katacoda. That's kind of what we're working on. We're aiming to bridge the gap between developers having to set up environments and have it all pre-configured, and documentation, and make beautiful interactive combinations. If you want any more details, please feel free to email me, or I'm going to be around for the rest of the afternoon. And with that, thank you for the time, and I'll continue with the rest of the conference. Thank you.